Henry Cejudo is going to be retiring February 22nd in 2025. Okay, look, it's going to be his last fight. His next fight night is going to be his last fight. I believe he's going to be retiring, and I also believe he's also going to lose that fight. Look, man, I'm going to be real with you. I'm just going to tell you all the facts about this man. First of all, Henry Cejudo is on a 2 losing streak. And he's 38 years old, everyone. I'm going to repeat that. Henry Cejudo is 38 years old on a 2-fight losing streak. And don't get me wrong, he didn't fight just some bums. He fought the GOAT, Merab Dvalishvili. And he also fought, when he came back, Aljamain Sterling. Hey, okay, I completely understand, right? But people are not understanding that his last win was in 2020, everyone. I'm going to say that one more time. Henry Cejudo's last win was in 2020, and he decided to come back in 2023, fight Aljamain Sterling, and then decided to fight Merab Dvalishvili. Like, I think this man's ego, or I can't even call it that. I think he was in the mindset that he was still indestructible. I think he was. Because think about it. The last time he lost was in 2016 to Joseph Benavidez, right? In a split decision in 2016. Then he went on a run. He beat Wilson Reyes, Sergio Pettis, Demetrius Johnson, T.J. Dillashaw, Marlon Moraes, Dominic Cruz, which was his last win in 2020. He went on an insane run. Literally, that run that he had quite literally built the legacy that he has as of right now. Now, that legacy that he has right now is not that good in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinions. Anybody can surpass him very, very easily. He doesn't really have that good of a run, okay? He really, really doesn't. Even though the names that he has in there are pretty good, the way he did it is not as impressive as you might think it is. People already know that. The people that deep dive and have watched him since he done that run know what I'm talking about. And people that even haven't been from the start know what I'm talking about, because people don't even have this guy in the top 3 of all time on his weight division, which is absolutely insane. I believe he's top 3, okay? I believe he's top 3, but he can get, in a few years, this guy might not even be in the top 4, top 5. That's crazy to say, but at this rate, if he loses his next fight, which I believe he will, and he actually stays in the UFC as a 38-year-old bantamweight, I mean, what are you looking for at this point? You came back to basically ruin your legacy. Look, I wouldn't even be mad if he came back, lost to Aljamain Sterling, and call it quits again. I really wouldn't. He could have pulled off a GSP, just won the belt. Even though if he would have lost, I would have been fine with it. He could have pulled the GSP. Maybe that's what he was thinking about. He was going to pull off a GSP, win the belt, and just leave and go into the sunset again. No. Now he loses, and he's like, okay, what do I do now? Do I keep rebuilding for another shot of the belt? And he did. Who he went up against? Merab Dvalishvili, literally. The bantamweight GOAT. That's who he decided to fight. He didn't check this man's resume before he fought him. Just because he didn't see him with a belt, no defenses, no nothing. He was like, oh, this guy's a pipsqueak. No. You're going up against the literal GOAT of your division. Literally. And now you're fighting Song Yadong, a 27-year-old, okay? First of all, this guy's at 27. Let me say it again. He's 27, and he turned 27, everyone, on December. He turned 27 2 months ago. 2 months ago. This guy hasn't even entered his prime yet, okay? And obviously he lost the fight, his last fight against Peter Yan, but he literally won a round against Peter Yan. He won one round. He won round one against Peter Yan, and then he got, he had a few good rounds. The last 2 rounds, it was competitive, but it was clear that it was Peter Yan. There was no controversy, no nothing. But keep in mind that Peter Yan is in the conversation for fighting for the belt. Just keep that in mind. He won a round as a 27-year-old. Actually, he might have been 26 when they fought. I think he was 26. So he was 26 fighting against a title contender. And he won a round against them. And not just any title contender. Peter frickin' Yan. Okay? And, as I always do with these fights that are coming up, I rewatch Henry Cejudo's fights, right? And one thing that I absolutely hate about Henry Cejudo is his stand-up. His stand-up is absolutely hideous. And I'm not talking about when he was in his prime. I'm talking about his last 2 fights. I've been looking at it with my eyes, right? I don't want everyone to be like, oh, have you seen him TKO T-Day Dillashaw, Marlon Moore? No, I'm talking about his last 2 fights. His last 2 most current fights. His stand-up has looked absolute hideous, okay? Absolute hideous. I know he hit Merab with a good punch. I completely understand. But the way the way he defends his chin up, and the only reason I'm saying that is because he is going against Song Yadong, okay? That's the only reason I'm saying that. Because this guy who he TKO'd Marlon Morales, Julio Arce, Alejandro Perez, Felipe Arentes, he packs a punch, okay? He really, really packs a punch. And I'm very, very, I wouldn't say scared, or I'm very concerned about Henry Cejudo's chin. I completely understand that he hasn't been TKO'd since like the Demetrius Johnson fight in 2016. It's been a while, okay? It's been a while, and that TKO wasn't even. It was like a knee to the body, But this Song Yadong guy, I believe we can sleep him. I really, really do believe he can sleep him. I don't believe Henry Cejudo at 38 years young, right? At 38 years young is gonna be able to handle Song Yadong's power. If I'm being completely honest, I completely understand that smaller weight divisions are, built different because they're less injury prone. Most of them, obviously, not everyone. They have different bodies, obviously, because they're smaller, they're more compact. But I think this is it for Henry Cejudo. Like I'm trying to picture in my head what's like the goal here, because he's 38. A win over Song Yadong, what the hell is that gonna do for your legacy? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Song Yadong is gonna be like some garbage in the future. Actually, now that I can't really say that what's gonna do for your legacy, because Song Yadong can become a champion, right? He's very, very young. He has insane potential. His record is 28-8. People, like the O's. People like the undefeated fighters. But at the end of the day, anyone can become champion. You can look at Charles Oliveira. His record was hideous, and he still became a champion. It doesn't matter what your record is. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. But what I'm trying to say is, what the hell is the goal here? Like seriously, what is the goal here? I completely, I just don't know what to say. I literally don't know what to say. Henry Cejudo is ranked number 7 in the bantamweight division. Song Yadong is ranked number 8. If he beats Song Yadong, who does he fight? Is he gonna fight David Figueiredo, Corey Sandhagen? he can't make a run at a title at 38 years old. And he's not going to beat the top 5, in my opinion, at this point of his age. His age is just a huge factor on this, because I don't understand the trajectory that he wants to take, even if he does beat Song Yadong, because I either see Henry Cejudo beating him by just out wrestling the hell out of Song Yadong, which he, that's one of the routes that I see him beating him if he does beat him. And then what is he going to do? Retire after he beats him? What is the goal here? Like I said, I believe this is Henry Cejudo's last fight. I believe Song Yadong will knock him out, but at the end of the day, Henry Cejudo will retire, win or lose, on his next fight. Mark my words. He probably would have done wanted to do it like on a pay-per-view, not on a fight night. But at 38 years old, I mean, unless you want your last fight to be a loss, Henry Cejudo, you better retire on your next fight, my boy. With that being said, make sure you guys leave a like, hit that sub button so you don't miss any more MMA content. And with that being said, I'll see everyone very, very soon. Goodbye.